Was it change?
It's good for sure.
Hey guys, we back at it again. We can talk about Nikki Bella and Artem. We gonna talk about how Nikki Bella gotta pay up that money here at Toss Ring Scandal, aka KDH.
Tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey guys, we're here at the locker room. This is Toss Ring Scandal, aka KDH. We will talk about Nikki Bella to pay Artem Chigvintsev child support. You guys get the lights up as we come in. We about to air some dirty laundry. Now, TMZ has reported that Nikki Bella owes Artem $3,500 a month in child support, plus another $200,000. She got to pay her ex-husband a whole lot of money, and this is a part of their final divorce settlement. Now, they say that Nikki Bella and the pro ex-dance, they reached an agreement for Nikki Bella to pay Artem $3,500 a month for the care of their son, Matteo. She's also forking over a six-figure lump sum to him, $100,000 for now, and then another $100,000 before the end of the year. Now, it said, according to the documents obtained by TMZ, Nikki's also responsible for covering the cost of Matteo's speech therapist, but they will go half on all his extracurricular activities. Now, Nikki Bella's walked away with all the trust in her name, including Stephanie, Nicole, Garcia Entertainment, and Bonita. Now, Nikki and Artem, they plan to split up the major holidays when it comes to custody of Matteo, and they will trade off each year. Now, this all stemmed from last summer where Artem was arrested back in August of 2024. I already covered that whole story. Long story short, Artem was arrested, but we found out later that it was, in fact, Nikki that put them hands on Artem first. You had those Nikki Bella fans. They called the Bella Army, a.k.a., men haters, feminists, whatever. They was sticking up for Nikki, even though she was wrong. Well, Artem pushed her there. He made her do it. No, they didn't make her do nothing. This woman is no good. She is a pure Jezebel, and I don't care what nobody say about it. If you guys don't like it, you can comment section below. Be respectful, of course, and I got all the proof for you, because trust me, when it comes to this story, I want all the smoke, just like the Street Profits. So don't play with me on here. But we do know that Nikki Bella, it's funny, this time, I think over a year ago, she had the show, the reality show on USA when Monday Night Raw was on USA, and how she was getting away from the Nikki Bella going to the Garcia name. If you guys remembered it, she covered that on Ring the Bell podcast.
Bella name earlier this year that was a big surprise for a lot of the fans.
This next chapter of our lives is about taking it to the next level, owning who we are, being unapologetically us.
Now that we're nearing the end of the year, how do you feel about this? What do you think is like the biggest challenge?
I have to say I feel super empowered because it was a really big step, and a step that you don't see people take in our industry, to be known as a Bella for 16 years and then change into a Garcia, and also in an industry where I'm almost 40. So there's, difficulty there, but it's actually been really amazing. People have really embraced it. I think there was some confusion, of course, because when you don't understand the business side of this world, it could be like, well, why? And I don't understand. But how lucky am I that I get to have made history being a Bella and have that a part of my chapters in my book. And now I get to be in this new chapter, walking into my 40s, being a Garcia, who I was born to be. I've already started to look back on it. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. There were hard moments, because Nikki Bella will always be a part of me, and being a Bella twin. So there are those moments where it's hard to let go of that. But then it's like, but wow, I get to walk into this whole new chapter, and now I'm going to make history as Nikki Garcia.
One of my favorite part of Barmageddon is the redemption drinks. It's definitely, you can look, but you can't touch, or you won't touch.
Ooh, look at you. I like you.
I'm a Bella Army myself, so.
Okay, good. I like that.
So what would you say is a drink of your choice? First, for a casual night out, and second, for a brie mode night.
Oh, okay. So casual night out, it would definitely be Aperol Spritz because it's refreshing. I don't get too buzzed off of it. I could have a few, go home, still do bedtime routine, feel great. But if I want to get into brie mode, you better bring on those spicy margaritas because, tequila, it's that upper and woo, I like to party.
I want to see Bonita and tequila too.
I mean, I like my Bonita, our bubbles. That's what I like to make my Aperol Spritz with. I'm not going to lie. Our red, I got drunk on it recently and I was wild and I was like, oh my gosh, Brie, are red. And she was, I know, right? I'm like, yeah, you get pretty drunk. So.
So last season, one of my favorite episodes was with your sister, Brie, and Mercedes. If you could invite more wrestlers that that get a little wild in the night out, because I'm sure you have a lot of stories on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Who would it be?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I mean, the first that came to mind, because it would be so entertaining, I would love to have Natty and TJ versus Trin and John, because one, they are both like my favorite couples, and Natty and Trin are my girls, but they are so fun, and it would be like almost like a total Divas reunion. But then to have their men by their side, I just think that would make for an incredibly entertaining episode, and very competitive. And then I also think Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair could be very good. I think that would be very entertaining, and we could have their men join in too, get Seth in there maybe. What would be fun is to get their guys in there coming surprises, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we do in the wrestling industry. They would be a lot of fun as well. Yeah.
So Barmageddon airs on USA Network on Monday after Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
And last Monday, some fans were a bit upset that WWE gave a shout out to Blake, but not the Hall of Famer Nikki Garcia.
Blake Shelton stars in Barmageddon, the wildest celebrity competition show on television.
What do you think about that?
It's it's sad. There's obviously a lot of things I could say about that. I think more than anything, it's disappointing. I worked there for 16 years and I helped pave the way for them. And not only that, they've always been family to me. And no matter what, walking away, for me, it wasn't malicious. It was, I'm at a point in my life and I wanted to do things without hearing the word no. And it was just strictly business. And maybe there was some personal things, that had happened over the years that also pushed me towards that. But I think more than anything, it's disappointing because I don't see it happen with the men. And for some reason, with the women who are outspoken, and we've seen this with the women in the past, they just want to ban us. And I think it's sad because we all look at it as family. And so, okay, they don't want to say my name. That's fine. But hey, Barmageddon got a shout out, and so did Blake Shelton. So that makes me happy. And so many people at the WWE will always be family to me, and I communicate with so many of them, and the WWE universe will always be family to me, as well as my Bella army. So I'm just so appreciative for all of you and all of us that can still live the memories, and so yeah.
Total Divas, coming this July.
Talking about Total Divas, this is a 10-year anniversary of Total Divas. So how is it like to see all the new female wrestlers saying that they are inspired by watching Total Divas? That's the reason why they got into this business. What do you got to say to that?
Oh my gosh, it's been incredible. Even when I did the Rumble a few years ago, and to hear people like Rhea and Bianca and all these women, and now, Anna Jay. I mean, the list goes on. It feels so good. And I have to tell you, that was the point of it, and it kind of lost that because, it started to make great storylines on WWE TV of making us look like something else. But that was the point of Total Divas, was to bring recognition to women's wrestling worldwide and to show how hard women truly work, equal to the men, if not more so, to try and prove themselves and all the things that we do outside of the ring, but also to maintain ourselves inside the ring. And I have to tell you, it was such a proud mom moment because it's one of those of where you're like, I put my life out there and this is why. Because
it's one of the coolest events, one of the coolest forms of entertainment truly in the world. And Netflix delivers worldwide, as we've all seen. So I think it's just two powerhouses that come together. They're going to make magic happen, and I want to be here for the magic. I want to celebrate all of the talent that I've grown up with the past 20 years, which is so crazy to say, and I want to be here to just root them on.
Now, recently, we have been seeing Nikki Bella. She was at this year's Royal Rumble back in February, and we seen her at Monday Night Raw showing her in the crowd with other celebrities and other WWE wrestlers, current wrestlers, or Legend Hall of Famers. It's just funny how last year she wanted nothing to do with WWE. She was all, there was a fight over the whole Garcia. I want to be Garcia. I'm not Nikki Bella no more. Then as soon as this divorce happens, I'm back in WWE now. I don't want to wrestle. This is my era, and I miss it. Nikki Bella, now we know why you back at WWE. You need that money to pay that child support, to pay the Artem, and you got to pay over that lump sum of $200,000. So I bet you love WWE more than ever, because if you guys don't remember, it was a rumor she was attempting to try to get over to AEW, but we all know that did not work. So she had no other option to come back to home, which is the name, the namesake of Nikki Bella, where she earned her recognition, her stardom status. That's back at WWE, being a part of the Bella twins and everything. Now, I don't know if Brie Bella's going to return, but I know Nikki pretty much is going to be in action. Now, we haven't seen her since Royal Rumble when it comes to in-ring competition, anything else. We've seen her in WWE, but not in the ring. I don't know if she'll have a program for the summer at WWE Evolution, All Women's PLE, or SummerSlam. We don't know, but we do know now that she got to pay Artem that money. Now, we always hear that when men and women get divorced when they're in a marriage, 9 times out of 10 it's the man that has to pay the child support and alimony and whatever other fees they have to pay because they made the most money. But in this case, it's Nikki Bella that made more than Artem. Because I know people in the comments, y'all know they're going to say it now, well, Nikki made more than Artem. She had a higher income. Yeah, I know that. I know she made more money than him. And that's why she got to pay. Now, I know that's the main reason she has to pay and everything, but the thing about it is, it's just, she also stated that Nikki Bella said that she never, and I mean never, wants to get married ever again. And she's saying that because she had to pay that money to Artem at the end of the day. So, Nikki Bella, I think now is, I believe she's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, she's going to be 42 this year. So she'll be 42, one son. So I don't see her getting married anymore. I don't even see her having any more children for that matter. Let's be honest, she's in her early 40s. Now, I know we're in a day and age where women can have babies at all kind of ages, ranging from late teens to 20s, 30s, 40s, and even 50s. But Nikki Bella's not doing that. She's done. Because the thing about it is, as well, before Nikki Bella returned to WWE, when she was doing that show that got canceled now on USA Network, because, she got that through the whole, I think, Artem and his connections and her connection to WWE at the time. She tried to get a career outside of WWE, doing shows, tried to be an actress, tried to do a whole bunch of projects. It just did not work. So, like I said, there's plenty of reasons why she came back to WWE. She didn't have that many other options, but hopefully, these are amicable between Nikki and Artem. Nikki pays what she has to pay, Artem doing what he has to do. Because we have to remember, too, not only, yes, Nikki Bella did make more than Artem. She has a higher net worth and all of that. We understand that. When this whole divorce thing went down last August and the whole Artem going to jail and everything, Artem didn't have no work. And it even prevented him from getting more dancing work with Dancing with the Stars. Now, I know people were saying he was already not slated to be on the next Dancing with the Stars, but it didn't help his case either. Maybe there was a possibility they wanted him back in the future, but that stopped it because he was only restricted to only doing construction work. So, of course, he made way less than Nikki Bella. But you know what? Nikki Bella knew that before she got into a marriage with Artem. She knew she made more money than him, especially after her breaking up with John Cena. let's be honest, what other option did she have for men that make that kind of money? Let's be real. But other than that, though, that's all I have for Nikki Bella to pay Artem Chigvintsev child support. We talking about time to pay up Nikki. You guys let me know what you think of this whole thing. Is it right for Nikki to pay since she made more than Artem or no? Like to hear you guys say in the comment section below. Check out the next video for Toss Ring Scandal, aka KDH. Until then, guys, you already know what it is at this point. It's OUT.